Am I the a-hole for wanting to break up with my girlfriend because I was a dare date? Plus updates. I already posted the first part of this story a while back, but I'll just compile the whole story in one video now. Timestamps in the comments section. Original post. I'm really stuck and need some advice before I potentially nuke what has been, so far, a good 8-month relationship. So for a quick background, my girlfriend, 24 female, and I, 27 male, have been dating for around 8 months now. I first met her at a funeral of all places. I wasn't close to the deceased. They were a friend's uncle. I was just along to keep him company. In any case, I wasn't particularly sad-looking. I was talking with a family friend and smiling, which she noticed, and made a pretty morbid joke, asking if I put him in the casket. It was so blunt I just sort of snort-laughed, and we got to chatting all afternoon, ending up with her number in my phone by the end of it. She was funny, witty, pretty, and a genuinely fun girl to be around. So of course, I took a chance and asked her out, which she accepted rather eagerly. My ego was through the roof at that. Little did I know. I came home a little earlier from work last night. I was covering a shift, and the bloke I was covering came in anyway, so they didn't need me for 8 hours. Anyway, I came home earlier than planned and overheard my girlfriend laughing with someone on her phone. I was about to surprise her with a little jump scare when she said, and I quote, "I never meant for this whole thing with boyfriend to last so long. I'd never normally date someone like him." She spotted me shortly after saying that. I admit, I made a noise I can't even begin to explain, and she heard me. I'd never seen someone go that pale before. She was all wide, teary eyes and quivering lips. Girlfriend then spent the next hour or so confessing that she never planned to date me. But once her friends found out she'd given me her number, they found a pic of me online. And apparently found me so hilariously unattractive that girlfriend just had to fake date me for a week to give me hope. I wish I was joking. Her friends, and apparently girlfriend, are all still stuck in their mean girl high school phase. Girlfriend agreed, but I guess apparently forgot about it, because we've been dating for 8 months now, not 1 week. She told me that she was stupid for agreeing with it, and that I was a really good bloke, and that she really did love me. But she never expected to actually feel that way about me. Why? Because I'm not her usual type of guy. When I asked her to elaborate, she mumbled that she didn't initially find me attractive at all, but after dating for a few weeks, she stopped caring about my looks. I admit I sort of lost my temper here and called her an immature waste of my time. I told her I wished she'd just dumped me a week into dating, because to find all this crap out 8 months in, when I cared about her, loved her, was freaking foul. I'm staying with my mom at the moment because I need space to think and vent. Would I be the a-hole if I dumped girlfriend for this? Now for the top comments before reading the updates. Not the a-hole. Even if you didn't care about the joke part of it, she didn't go out with you because she wanted to, but was pushed by her friends. And then what? Did she give a play-by-play after your first date to said friends? Did she share your intimate moments with the friends? Was your first kiss also a joke? Was she hesitant to kiss you because of the joke? Did she even want to kiss you? It's thoughts like that would drive me nuts, because at what point did her joke turn into real affection? Or was she cringing and flinching for those first few dates? How can you be with someone who thought you were gross for how long? Weeks? Days? Not the a-hole. That's the same crap in my mind. I mean, she didn't act strange or hesitant when we started dating. She was funny and cute, and demanded we hold hands on our second date. But was it all a funny story to tell her friends? Was she laughing at how pathetically happy I was dating someone out of my league? I don't know. It's driving me insane thinking about it. I've already chucked up. I just feel sick and tired and used. Given everything you've said, I can guarantee that woman isn't out of your league. She's very much beneath you. Like she's not even sorry. She just seems to still think you should be grateful she stopped caring how you look, WTF, and tries to justify her crappy behavior. Even if you somehow forgave her, you'd never be able to forget. Cut your losses, be careful in the future, but don't let it stop you from finding a real relationship with someone who doesn't think hurting people is a joke. Not the a-hole. Sorry things ended up like this. But damn, it's really bizarre. I mean, you're there at the funeral, chatting with your friend, she approaches you and breaks the ice. Why would she make the first move, so to speak, if you were so hideous? Then you two find yourselves engaged in conversation, so there was a rapport. Finally, she gives you her number, and you start dating. I'm wondering, maybe she was and has been into you. But her idiot friends started clowning her, and she succumbed to the peer pressure so that she wouldn't lose favor with them, if that makes any sense. She's still at fault, don't get me wrong. This is not middle school after all. Y'all are some grown folks. The reason for this theory is first-hand experience. I remember this girl in my 7th grade science class whom all the guys thought was ugly, but I found her incredibly hot, as much as a 7th grade boy could. But my shyness, on top of my cowardice and getting taunted about it, made me not even try. I'm just saying that you're right to be offended and want to drop the whole thing, but maybe you can have a no-nonsense heart-to-heart with her and ask her the questions I suggested. You came to me. Why? Etc. Good luck with it, sir. Mini update. So I've turned my phone back on and it's a mess of texts, voicemails, and missed calls. I've only listened to a couple, but she's absolutely sobbing her heart out and pleading for me to come home so she can explain. Nothing from her friends, mind you, just her. Says it all, really. No idea what to do, but now I feel like rubbish. Now for the first update. So I eventually turned my phone back on after making the original post and was bombarded with voicemails and texts and whatnot. I only listened to a couple and girlfriend was sobbing her heart out on all of them, more or less begging me to come home and let her explain. To be fair, I didn't really have much choice but to eventually go back home anyway. It's a house share and I pay rent to live there. Plus my own mom was basically nudging me back out to let girlfriend explain herself. So I went back home the next day and she pretty much tore out of her room and threw herself at me. She was sobbing and trying to talk, but kept crying too hard between her words to sound coherent. I know I should have probably been angrier, but I hate seeing her cry. And she wasn't just crying, she was sobbing so hard she was having trouble breathing at a few points. Eventually, I got her to sit down and asked her to explain exactly why I should stay with a woman who not only got with me as a dare, but also still laughed about it with her vapid friends 8 months on. A lot was said, and to summarize it so this update doesn't take all night, she more or less said this. Fake names for her friends, and I'm likely paraphrasing, but I've spent about 40 minutes trying to remember it exactly. So this is the gist of it. Girlfriend, I didn't mean to ask you out on a dare. I wanted to date you before they even knew about you. I gave you my number first, remember? When Stacy and Tina found out I gave you my number, they looked you up on Facebook and found it hilarious that you were even trying with me. So they got this stupid freaking dare thing and told me to do it to give all uglies in the world hope. Me, wow, real mature. You do remember what you said on the phone to whoever it was, right? That you never meant for us to last this long? You told me I wasn't your type? What's your type then? Not me, right? Too ugly for you. Girlfriend, stop saying that. You're not ugly. You're just not the type of bloke I'd have picked to date long term. But I was wrong, babe. Look at us. We've lasted nearly 9 months. I love you so much, I really do. How can I prove it to you? How? Me, I don't know. I love you too, but all I can think about is you laughing about me behind my back to them. How can I trust you anymore? Girlfriend, I wasn't meaningfully laughing at you. I swear I wasn't. I just don't know how to handle Tina any other way. She's always been like this, and I just go along with it to keep the peace. Me, so you'd rather keep the peace than stand up for me? Is that what you're saying? Girlfriend, you're twisting my words, babe. Me, no, I'm not. God, why should I stay with you? Seriously, give me a reason. You laugh behind my back. You dated me on a dare given to you by Tina and Stacy, right? And you're still friends with them? You chose them and their cruelty over us and what we have? Girlfriend, we've been friends for years though. Me, I freaking give up. At this point, it was just a back and forth of me trying to walk away, and her professing her love and defending her friendship with the Wonder Twins, while trying to make me sit back down. I don't know, guys. I'm back home. She's constantly trying to have another talk. I'm tired. I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. Advice would be wonderful because I'm very tempted to just pack it in. I'd have too much pride to stay. Be second-guessing everything all the time. How exhausting. From what I have read, girlfriend failed to resolve the situation. She continues to defend her friends, dismissing their behavior by saying, "It's just the way they are." She remains close with these friends, laughs with them at OP's expense, joins in their jokes about him, and allows them to disrespect him without taking any action. Despite all this, she chooses to maintain her friendship with them. To me, this feels like siding with her friends over her boyfriend. Where has she stood up for him? Where has she defended him? Where has she expressed disagreement with the jokes and the disrespectful comments aimed at him? I just don't see it. Be honest with yourself. Will you ever be able to trust her completely? How could you stay with a partner that will not stand up for you against anyone, especially immature, vapid friends? She has already stated and shown you that her friends come first. Why would you have so low self-esteem to stay with someone so awful? If you stay, she will own you. If you are willing to stay in a relationship where you are fighting to be worthy of her because you are not her type, that is on you. Most people wouldn't, but it truly ends up with how much are you willing to swallow and take to not be alone. I agree, OP. I couldn't do a relationship like that. I've had my ex-best friend once tell me my husband was ugly. I looked at her and said, "Girl, the heck you talking about? If my man ugly, yours is just as ugly if not more, since he can't even take care of anything for you. Get the F out." I always defend my man because I love him and love how he looks. You will always question what they are saying. I've dropped friends because of worse crap or even less, because I know she going to keep trying to defend her friends and make it seem like it's not what you think it is. Update me. Now for the final update. I'm done with it all. I tried one last time to get any sort of sense from girlfriend. I sat girlfriend down and told her that I'm hurt and beyond disappointed, that she didn't have the spine to stand up to her friends, that she'd rather keep the peace over defending the man she repeatedly claims to love. Girlfriend got angry and told me I was putting her in a position she couldn't possibly win. If she had to go at her friends, she'd lose them, but keep me. But if she refused, she'd keep them, but likely lose me. She told me she genuinely didn't know what the heck to do. I said that as long as she's enabling Tina and Stacy's crappy personalities, she'll never stop being their doormat. She just went quiet at that point, said it was only Tina, and then just kinda shrugged. So I told her that the fact she was even struggling to make a choice between them and defending our relationship was enough of an answer for me. I told her that while I'm not the most attractive bloke, she and her friends were far uglier than I could ever be, and I deserved better. So I broke up with her. It was messy. She got physical, not violent, just grabbing onto me really tight and trying to kiss me while offering sex. She was still full-on ugly crying too. It was crazy. I've seen her cry and get mad, but I've never seen her like that before. It genuinely disturbed me. I left, and I'm back at my mom's for a bit. Now I know I'm not a kid anymore. I'm 27, but my mom and I have always had a really good relationship, so I told her everything. She listened and didn't interrupt until I was finished. And then she pretty much said what a lot of you told me. She told me I'm handsome. Moms always say that, though. She told me that girlfriend is a silly girl who'll never have any kind of meaningful relationship, as long as she lets her friends bully her around. And then she told me that I'm young, and I'll find someone who'll love me so much that she'll fight tooth and nail to defend me. I won't lie, I cried a bit. It felt good to feel worth something for once. I didn't really realize how little I felt that way with girlfriend until that conversation with mom. She even made me apple crumble, my comfort food. My younger brother, 20 male, still lives with her too. He's been kicking my butt at chess. Bloke's a wizard, I swear. Mom and I had a long chat about my living arrangements and have decided that I'm going to move back in with her in a couple of months. I've spoken to the agency, and unfortunately they won't let me end the contract early without a payout for the remaining months. So I'm just gonna stick around till then and then go. It's gonna be awkward since we have to live in the same house share for a bit longer, but I'll manage. I know some of you really wanted me to work it out with her, but frankly, I have too much self-respect to stay with someone who doesn't care enough to defend me from her friends. Not to mention whatever the heck she was trying to do before I dipped out. It seriously freaked me out. Thanks, Reddit. You all helped me make a choice between staying and sacrificing my self-respect to be with a woman who doesn't truly love me as much as she claimed, or leaving her in the hopes that I'd find someone better one day. I hope I chose right, but I guess only time will tell. Thank you all. But frankly, I have too much self-respect to stay with someone who doesn't care enough to defend me from her friends. I recommend you read this 5 or so years from now, and then you will realize how big of a bullet you dodged. Good luck. Still not the a-hole. You made the right choice, OP. Listen to your mother. She's the only woman in this whole mess that has any sort of sense in her head. As for you crying about it all, good, cry. You apparently needed it. I wouldn't even wait until you've paid it all off. Get your things and go stay with your mother. No telling what your ex will do. You've got 2 months left, right? Now, fam, get out of there. Agreed. Live at home and just pay the fees to the agent. Avoid your ex. Last story. Am I the a-hole for divorcing my wife after she went into massive debt again? I, 34 male, met my wife, 32 female 5 years ago. She was $60,000 in debt from credit cards, personal loans, etc. A while ago after we got serious, I helped her get a consolidation loan from Consumer Credit Card Relief. I actually paid it all off on her behalf through them. Monthly payments, the whole deal. Things were great for about 2 years. We got married, bought a house, life was good. Then I started noticing packages arriving daily. She got secretive about the mail. Bills were being hidden. When I finally confronted her, turns out she'd racked up another $45,000 in debt across 7 different cards. I was devastated. We tried counseling, financial and marriage, but she kept spending behind my back. She even opened a card in my name. I filed for divorce last month. Now her family is blowing up my phone saying I'm an a-hole for abandoning her when she needs help most. Am I the a-hole for walking away? I feel like I tried everything and she betrayed my trust repeatedly. No, her family can go F themselves. They can help pay the debt if they really care. Actually, OP has already shouldered significant financial burden by paying off her previous debt. It's unfair for them to expect him to do it again. He likely will be partially responsible for the second pile of debt too. Unfortunately, that's how divorce is. Dave Ramsey talks about this. It's called financial infidelity, and it's a very serious betrayal. Her problem or addiction comes out as shopping. She's got deep-rooted issues and is willing to wreck you financially instead of facing it. It's really sad, but if she won't change or get help, I'm not sure what you can do. Not the a-hole at all. She didn't just betray your trust, she put your entire future at risk. You gave her a chance to fix it, and she doubled down on the lies and reckless spending. Her family can be mad all they want, but they aren't the ones stuck paying off her mess. Not the a-hole, but this is a form of addiction. She needs her own therapy. This is about more than your relationship. It's about her mental health. And yes, her family can support her during this time if you do not want to. That's okay. It's your life too. And this is an exhausting path. I wish spending addictions were as recognized as drug or alcohol addictions.